Hello friends, now let's write some PHP code in the code editor. We will create a new file and call it hello.php. So now this is our Xampp folder. Now just open the Xampp folder and in the htdocs folder open it. Have a lot of folders. Maybe you don't have so many folders because I have many of the projects. So these are the folders, but we are going to create a new one from scratch. Okay, so it is our new folder and we call it like we call it just quick. Okay, to keep it simple. Yes, and just open it like this, and now in this folder we are going to open it with code editor. This is VS Code editor. If you don't know how to install VS Code editor, I give a link in the description and in the I button, so you can just click on the I button. And so now we are just going to open this editor and wait for some time. It is opening and now it is opened. Now we just close this window, this tab, and here, okay, we don't need these release notes right now. This is now just create a new file and call it like hello dot php, like so. Okay, so this is the dot php is actually a file extension like .html, .css, .c. so this is .php. so this tells the server that it's a PHP file. Now just close this, and this is our hello.php file. Now the next thing is, in this file, in the first line we will write a less than symbol, then a question mark, and then PHP. So this tells the browser or the server that it's opening tag of PHP. Now I will explain what this is in a moment. On the next line, line number 2, we write echo to print out something. Now we're just printing out hello world, so we're just going to use strings. A string is anything within quotes. It could be a number, it could be a digit, it could be alphabet. So here we are going to write hello world like this, and then followed by a semicolon. So this tells that the instruction is completed. Now I will explain this in more detail, but first we will save it by pressing Ctrl S. So now the file is saved. Now what is we are actually going to do? The next thing is we are going to open a web browser. This is our browser window. In this tab we are going to write localhost / and then just write the folder name that we just wrote, quick, and press enter. Now this is loading and it tells that this site can't be reached. This is because we just maybe we didn't start the Xampp server. So we are going to start the Xampp server. So just open the Xampp and start both of these buttons. Now just minimize or cross, it's totally up to you. The server is started. Okay, now if I refresh it again, you can see it is opening the file, the total server details. Now just click on the hello.php file like so, and you can see hello world is printed out. I know it's something very basic example, but first you have to understand how actually websites work. So what just happened? First, learn a web server is simply a computer that has a web server software installed, and Web server software is a program that delivers our server files that make up websites. Earlier, we installed Xampp, which includes the Apache web server. Every web server has an address. This could be google.com, wikipedia.com, youtube.com, wikipedia.org. By default, the address of the web server you have installed on the computer is localhost. When web server software is running, it sits and waits for the requests for files. These requests now may come from web browsers. A web browser is a program for accessing websites like Google Chrome. So Google Chrome is a web browser and google.com is a website. When you tap the address of a web server into the web browser like we just did, it requests the site from the web server. So Xampp is a web server, is a virtual web server. It receives the request and sends the requested file back. So it receives this request and it sends this file hello.php. So it is in the quick folder of hello.php. PHP. What is PHP? Now PHP is a programming language. We write code in PHP that we save in a file on the web browser that is Xampp. When a PHP file is requested, the web browser first executes the PHP code. The web server first executes the PHP code. You have a very important notice here. You should notice something, that a web server executes the PHP code, not a web browser. So when a PHP file is requested, the web server first executes the PHP code, then the result of the executing that code is sent to the browser. It's important to note that PHP runs on the web server. It doesn't run in the browser. The browser knows nothing about PHP. So in our hello world example, first to be at this line, the line number 1 is called an opening PHP tag. This just tells the web server that some PHP code is going to follow. Then we have the echo construct that says that whatever follows should be printed out to the browser. Following that, we have a message that just says hello world. This message is contained within quotes so that the echo statement knows where the message starts and where the message ends. Finally, we have semicolon. This marks the end of this instruction. We will see many more examples of PHP code like this as we progress. So don't worry too much just yet. Thanks for watching this video.